Hello everybody, my name is Matt. This is my first YouTube video and I'm making this because I want to introduce myself to the YouTube community and I figured it's just kind of polite. Um, this is, like I said, the first video I've ever made, so I don't completely have a grip on how this is going to work. I don't even know how to upload this thing yet, honestly, but we'll see how that goes. I'm making this to give you all a little bit of information about myself and what I'm looking for from the YouTube community and what I am trying to give to the YouTube community in a sense. So a little bit about myself. Like I said, my name is Matt. I'm I'll be 19. I'm 18 at the moment. My birthday is March 29th, 1994. So like I said, in a few months, about 1 or 2 months, I'll be 19. For my future, I've enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. I'm in the United States Marine Corps Poolee. Is that what they call it? I've been a Poolee for about 5 months now. I enlisted back in November. I think it was the second or third week. I can't remember the exact day. But that is what my future plans are. My MOS is Marine Security Task Forces. Now my breakdown MOS, or my specific MOS is Presidential Security. Marine Security Task Forces breaks down into 3, I believe, basic breakdowns of the Marine Security Task Force. You have the fast teams who kind of go and settle things down, and you have these other teams, I can't remember what they're called, but they kind of secure, they're more of guards, they secure bases and whatnot and hold them withhold from attacks. Then you got presidential security, which is me. You guard the president and others, or not just the president, but other high value, I suppose. I guess targets would be a way to put it. Not high value targets. High value people or like politicians, people of that such in the United States and around. I'll be stationed up north. I'll be Yankee White. I'll be stationed up north near Fort David, I believe. Some other interests of mine is I really like cooking. I enjoy cooking a lot, which kind of rolls around. I got into it because I love fitness even more, and fitness is a big part of the Marine Corps. It's a big part of my life. I might not look like the most fit person from here, but believe me when I say I'm a lot stronger than I look. The fitness is a huge part of my life, and it was just one of the reasons I got into cooking, because if you don't eat healthy and if you don't eat right, you won't gain really much from your fitness. I mean, you can run and lose fat. That's not gaining, that's losing. I mean, in a good way though. But if you actually want to gain muscle, certain parts of your body, if you want to know how to work out and how to gain certain muscle mass for certain parts, not just do a lot of push-ups and stuff and hopefully you get bigger, you got to eat healthy, and you got to know how to get the protein and stuff that you need to go to your muscles. So you need to know how to eat and what to eat. I mean, it's not really rocket science, it's common sense, but that's just two of the things I'm really into, and that kind of leads into something else with the fitness. Is I'm really into boxing, and that's where I kind of started getting into fitness. Well, the military is where I got into fitness, but boxing came around, or mixed martial arts. I was into that too. I really got into boxing and mixed martial arts, which was really one of my favorite things. I did it for a full summer. I only got to train for 3 months, but I trained every day from 3 to 8 or 3 to 6, and I didn't have much to exactly eat healthy, because I didn't have a job or anything, but I ate what I had. But I was really into it, and that right there is one of my huge hobbies. I mean, I loved it, and I still do it. I shadow box every now and then. And I also am into art, another thing I'm into, but I don't do as much of it. But on a day like this, on a relaxed day or whatever, I like to go through and I'll just like draw or something, just relax, just chill, get your mind off things. And then the art kind of leads into my next thing that I'm into, is culture and history. I really love culture and history. It's one of my favorite subjects, probably my second favorite subject in school from English. I am a senior also in high school, if you did not know. But yeah, it is one of my favorite, most favorite things to talk about. I could talk to anybody all day about any type of culture. I enjoy it, and it kind of leads into my next thing, is heritage. I'm hugely into heritage. Heritage and culture obviously go hand in hand, but I feel a need to respect my elders and to know where I come from. I have a huge sense of pride. I have a lot of Scandinavian and Nordic descent, and I'm really, really into it. I love it. Like I said, I'm very proud. It's just something that I feel kind of connected to in a sense, and I like to know how they lived, how my ancestors did things, just, I don't know, everything based on it. My ancestors are warriors, most, not all Nords, but, the Nordic people in a sense, Scandinavians were known to be great fighters all around the world, and most people know from most about the Norse from the Viking Age. And quick thing, not the Scandinavians aren't called Vikings. It was to go Viking, which meant to go raiding. Just a quick little fact that drives me nuts. But yeah, so from the Viking Age, a lot of people know about the Norse, and they was known as great warriors, which is kind of another sense why I'm into the military. I almost feel like an obligation to be a great warrior myself. It might sound cheesy or corny, but it's the best way I know to put it, so it is what it is. Um, but the heritage leads into my next thing, which is languages. And you might say, well, how does that connect at all? Well, it connects because it's hard to explain, but the language I want to learn the most out of all languages, out of every single language in the world, is Icelandic. And I want to learn Icelandic because it is the closest language to Old Norse or Old English that is around. And plus, only like 500,000 people speak it, which is pretty interesting too. Also, it's kind of like you're a part of a select group, you know. Um, but the reason why is the closest to Old Norse or Old English, which is what my ancestors, the Scandinavians, spoke for the most part, through like the Norman conquest age area period and plus more, a little bit beyond. Um, the reason why I want to learn it is since it's so close to it, because when the Vikings did come and they founded a lot of the like the Four Islands and the Iceland, Greenland, when they founded them and people stayed and they settled there, the language didn't really change. It kind of stayed the same because they were isolated from the rest of the world, and so all the language changes and they never really got conquered or anything like that by many peoples. It never really changed the language at all, so it kind of stayed the same throughout history, and that's why it's the closest to Old Norse or Old English. It just never changed because it never had any outside influences. It's just always been, it is what it is, and it is always what it will be. So that is why I want to learn the Icelandic, but I also am learning German, Italian. I thought about doing French, but I'm not for sure about the French really. It's interesting, but I'm just not so much into it yet. I also would like to learn a little, well, not a little bit. I'd actually like to learn Greek. I wouldn't mind learning Norwegian, Danish, Finnish, Swedish, Norwegian. Um, I really want to learn Dutch because I have some Dutch foreign exchange students around that go to my school that I would like to be able to kind of speak to them in. I mean, they speak fluent English, almost better than I do, um, which is kind of upsetting, but yeah, they do. But I would like to try to learn Dutch. People say that pronunciation is very tough, but I've been told that I'm very good at pronouncing words. I mean, so we'll have to see how that goes. But for those of you that would be interested at all, if there is anyone, I would pray there is, to teach me any of these languages. The main three I'm working on now is Icelandic, Italian, and German. If there's anyone on here who would be interested in teaching me or helping me learn through Skype mainly, because I have to hear the language and I have to kind of talk back and forth, I would be greatly honored and I would appreciate it if someone could contact me. Maybe below in the comments you could leave your Skype name and what language you would be willing to help me with. I will help you with English too. I do not mind. Or you can get a hold of me on Facebook. I'll leave a link down below if I can for that too. Like I said though, I really enjoy learning languages, and that is one of my main goals. I want to learn Icelandic badly, and I would like to learn the other languages too, but for the most part Icelandic is my main goal. It's very difficult, I've been told, and I've looked up stuff about it and it looks difficult, and I enjoy the challenge. So if you would like to teach me, that'd be great. Another thing, one last comment before I get off here. Below when you post comments in my box, please have respect for me and others who post comments. Do not be posting rude and disliked things that nobody wants to hear. I mean, I could really care less about what you dislike about my video. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. I'm sure everybody else could care less too. You're really not doing anything. You're just being very arrogant, and it's dishonorable, and it really pisses me off. So do me the favor and everyone else and keep your comments to yourself if you do not have anything nice to say. But for the rest of you, I hope you all have a nice day. Let's say guten Tag. Okay, see ya. Ja, auf Wiedersehen.